Starting her up now. All right.
Yep.
What's up, everybody? It's EBar and Scooty.
What's up?
So this, right now I'm calling it Raw is EBar Live. I don't know. We might figure something out better, but that's what it is for now. Let me get the live chat pulled up.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing too. There we go.
Hello, there's Paul. What's up, dude? Ernie Acosta and Tony Khan is here. What's up? Yeah, so well, basically we'll go over Raw and SmackDown, but we'll also I wanted to talk about, and you had pointed this out to me earlier and tagged me in at the this whole interview that John Moxley, formerly known as Dean Ambrose. What's up, Paul? Yeah. Yeah, he went on Talk is Jericho and basically was able to let loose and vent all this shit that he's been holding in for so long. And somebody, compiled everything in a nice little list here. Now, I listened to most of it. I didn't get through all of it, I think.
Yeah, I didn't either, so.
I still had like 30 minutes left-ish. But it's really good. I recommend listening to it. I know Ernie said that he had listened to it.
Yeah, like I said, I listened to most of it. I just have like the tail end of it to listen to.
Yeah, but really good interview. So we'll go over some of these points and kind of talk about what we think about it. What's up, April? Good to see you. All right, so at the very first of it, he basically is like, says all that shit about how he's grateful for it and everything, and he's glad that it happened. I listened to it all, maybe. Yeah.
There we go. I turned the mic up.
Nice. But then he's like, okay, so now that we got that out of the way, let's just bury the company for the next couple hours, which is pretty much what they did. Can't really blame them. Okay, so this list that he said that they had issues where writers and Vince didn't understand the Dean Ambrose character. How could you? What's up, Caleb? See, everybody's listened to it apparently. So what do you guys think about that? Like, what was the Dean Ambrose character?
Definitely not what the writers thought.
Okay, so he's supposed to be a lunatic fringe, and he kind of mentions later that he showed that he had one shred of like comedic ability, and so they kind of turned him into almost a comedy act.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be crazy. Yeah, he's supposed to be crazy, but crazy. I think what he wanted out of it. What's up, Alistair? Was to be crazy in a like demented, fucking psychotic way, not crazy in a hey zany, here's Mitch the Plant kind of way.
Yeah, wowie.
Yeah. Although I did like the Mitch the Plant shit. I thought that was funny, but like he said, he was able to basically turn chicken salad out of chicken shit. So what's up, Masp? Seems his opinion was it was supposed to be a lunatic, but turned to goofy nonsense poop. Yeah, he really didn't want to say pooper scooper.
Yeah, that was an interesting part to that interview that I was listening to, was the fact that Vince was going to go along. If Vince would have got hold of that, he actually would have went along with it.
And that's true just from all the stories you hear about it. It's like he's just that's just his type of humor, and that's pretty sad.
Right.
Yeah, I agree totally, Caleb. Look at the video of him and Foley from years ago. He wanted to be like that. Yeah, a demented actual lunatic.
He wanted to be more like the mankind of Mick Foley than anything.
And what they turned him into was like it wasn't even a PG mankind. It was just bad. It was just a wacky, like, I'm gonna, like he was saying, like ride a unicycle or like stupid shit.
Yeah. The one thing that I applaud Dean Ambrose for, or John Moxley, is he was saying, and for those of you guys maybe that didn't get that far, he did say that during the time where Roman Reigns come out and he talked about himself as Joe, that Vince wanted Dean to go out there and make fun of Roman Reigns as far as his leukemia and stuff. And Dean Ambrose simply told him, "Fuck you." Like,
Yeah,
he told him no.
What the hell could he even been thinking anyway? Like, who? Like, that's not heat. That's not good heat. That's like
No.
fuck
And
off
it's
heat.
not.
You know?
Yeah, it is. And it honestly reminded me of I don't know if you guys remember back when Michael Cole did the whole thing with Jerry Lawler after his mom and father passed.
Yeah, which was just in bad taste. Like, I don't.
Yeah,
that's not good heat. You know what I mean? That's like saying Eddie Guerrero's in hell. Like, why?
Yeah.
Why do you need to go that far?
Yeah, that was another one that really, like, all I could think was, what the fuck are they doing?
Yeah, like I just said, Caleb. Exactly. It's just, and how does it go through Vince's head? Like, ooh, yeah, this will really get heat, or like, especially the thing, you know. And I know we're skipping around, and I was gonna stick to this list, but that's impossible. The thing where he's saying like, you know, he was supposed to be getting those injections, and Vince thought that, you know, it would get him so much heat because he's, you know, getting a vaccine to not be around these dirty people or whatever. And it's like,
yeah.
That's terrible. Like, that's not going to get fucking heat. That's just stupid. Like, I don't want to see Dean Ambrose with this ass halfway hanging out, getting a fake, and we know it's fake, you know, injection, to prove what? That, ooh, well, no, I don't know. That just didn't make any fucking sense.
Nope.
And then, okay, so Vince thought having Ambrose saying wacky promos made him different. Yeah, we kind of already touched on that. Vince wanted Ambrose to read promos word for word and not rewrite them. That's
stupid.
It's horrible. I mean, that's why it sucks so bad nowadays, is because people they're not even allowed to ad lib and give it to some of their own flavor. So we actually get to know who this person actually is. You know what I mean? The best characters from like the 80s and 90s, it was because that shit, what their promos were shit that they were coming up with.
Yeah.
And so you felt like you actually knew the person. Now it's like, I know them about as much as I know, you know, Peter Dinklage, instead of the whatever character, his name. What I don't know. I didn't watch Game of Thrones.
I didn't either. So
it's Renee who's going to get all shit about the podcast. I mean, honestly, if there is like anything professionally negative that happens to her, I feel like she could sue, because it's a clear-cut case of what's happened.
The thing is, Paul's not wrong.
Yeah, I mean, that's absolutely true.
Like, you know they're gonna pull a revival on Renee, and they're gonna make her look stupid.
They're petty like that, and that's the thing, and that's what you keep. That's another thing you kind of touched on a lot, is just like, they're in charge of a multi-billion-dollar business, but really, when it comes down to it, if you hurt their feelings or make them angry, they're petty as fuck.
Oh yeah, big time.
It's pathetic, honestly.
Yeah. Oh, I agree with you 100%.
Let's see what's going on. Caleb says, I get it. Everything is on the table, hard edge, mere real life, but everything has limits, because as bad as society can be, the audience has humanity. Yeah. And that kind of goes back to the whole cancer thing too. Like, nobody wants to hear. That's not good entertainment, even to boo. You know, that just makes everybody feel bad and awkward.
Yep.
Stuff like the CM Punk pipe bomb. Exactly. I mean, that's a perfect point. Stuff that comes from the wrestlers has historically been what sticks in people's minds and what they like the most. Not this reading these. Also, why are there so many writers? It seems like there's way too fucking many. I mean, if you
there is,
you know, and if there's too many writers, they're not coherent. It's not something that's like a linear story. It's like, oh, this happened, and this is what I think should happen next. And then the next week, you got a different writer writing for the same wrestler.
Yeah.
That just seems like a horrible model. And
not only that, but, and we've touched on this, you know, in the past of a couple episodes of the live stuff that we do, is the fact that half the friggin' writers that they have now are Hollywood writers. They're not even knowledgeable to the pro wrestling business. They're Hollywood writers.
Exactly. And I don't see how even they think that this shit is good.
No.
I mean, like,
No,
how can
like,
they watch it week in and week out and be like, yep, I did a great job this week? I don't know. I don't get it.
yeah, me either.
This man took WrestleMania 21 too serious because he went Hollywood. Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah, no, Ernie has a point. Ernie has a point.
very much so. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly, April.
exactly. Yeah, I agree.
Let's see. He says he got physically and mentally exhausted having to butt heads with Creative Free, but how could you not? I mean, the way that he was explaining things, like constantly having to go back to Vince and just try to convince him that this shit is stupid, and then half the time him not listen anyway. So then you just wasted your effort. It's terrible.
Oh yeah, big time.
A few of people where writers say half their stuff was never used, though. Yeah. I mean, that's probably true because it's so weird that it still comes down to Vince. Like, why have all these people whenever you have Vince who can just be like, nah, I don't think so. I don't like that. I'm going to do what I want to do anyway. So fuck you, but here's your paycheck.
Yeah, exactly.
Your mom wants to watch AEW and she thinks WWE sucks. Well, your mom, she's not far off.
No.
The problem, the thing that sucks is because it's so much talent. And that's why you watch, because you know that these are some of the best talent in the world. And then they're just being given pure horseshit. It's so sad.
Yeah, like, not only that, but I find, and it's always been this way, is WWE tries to write for too many people at once.
I mean, honestly, the roster is way too big. Even for two shows, it's too. There's too many. You know, like there's weeks where you don't even like last week. I don't even think Daniel, not yesterday, but last week, I don't think Daniel Bryan was even on the show.
Nope, he wasn't.
And it's just like, what? This dude was the fucking world champ a couple of months ago. Now he's a tag champ, and there's episodes where he's just not even there. Vince loves fart jokes, which says a lot. Yeah, I mean, we all love fart jokes, but would you write them into a storyline? I mean,
no.
Booking nonsense. How they got to the Ronda Becky. Oh my God, that had so much potential to be so awesome. And in that final couple months, that storyline was horrible, especially for the main event of WrestleMania.
See, with that, I think what they should have done was they should have went with what they wanted to do all along, and that was the 4 Horsewomen angle.
Right.
That would have worked perfectly at WrestleMania.
It would have been a lot better.
Yeah, it would have. And they dropped the ball, like they always do.
And that, like they always do, that is a sentiment that fucking Moxley sure stuck to. Like, he was just straight up.
Oh,
they always fuck everything up.
Yep, and that's why he said that he wanted to leave like so early into his last little bit of his contract, because he knew that the direction was just going to keep going the same way. So
yeah, I mean, yeah, and that's what Jericho mentions. He's like, whenever he left WCW, they offered him a shitload of money to stay, and he just basically said "fuck off," you know, and that's pretty much the exact thing that's happening with Ambrose. So it's cool to actually hear them talk about that.
Well, I mean, not to steer away from the Ambrose talk, but it's the same with Sean Spears, aka Ty Dillinger. You know, he was getting jobbed around for how long on the main roster, and just getting in weird matches that nobody cared about. So he went over and he said, all right, screw you. Awesome Kong, same deal. You know, Awesome Kong went over there. And apparently, from what I hear, is JR and them didn't even know that Awesome Kong was backstage.
Is that true? I didn't hear, but I
don't know. I don't know if it's necessarily true, but that's what JR said on Facebook yesterday. He said that he didn't even know that Awesome Kong was even going to come out.
He also said he didn't know Moxley was there either. So.
Yeah. Which, again, you know, maybe they didn't, maybe they did. You know, maybe. Go ahead.
I think it's interesting. I hope that they didn't know, because with them not knowing and then seeing him there, that would generate real emotion for the commentators. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I think that seems awesome.
Yeah, no, and I agree with you. I think if it is true that they didn't know, that's Cody's way of saying, hey, let's make these guys legitimate when it comes to the microphone. Let's, add the legitimacy to what they're seeing by not telling them anything except for the key points.
Right. Makes sense to me. And I really did like hearing JR back too.
Yes, I loved hearing that. Another one that I expressed on Facebook that I loved hearing back was Justin Roberts.
Yeah. Yep. It was good to see him again. He did a great job.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't remember what exactly happened that made him leave WWE or made him get fired, but
apparently it was I actually watched an interview recently of it. Apparently Vince didn't like the way that he was calling people out to the ring, which is dumb. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What was he doing wrong?
Vince wanted it done a certain way, and Justin Roberts said he was pushing that envelope a little further than what Vince actually wanted him to do, which in reality, you think that would be better for the company, but he didn't like it.
Okay, so Triple L says, do you think once Vince dies, WWE will get better or worse? And I think across the board, you would probably say better.
Well, I'm gonna put a that depends comment. I think it depends on who takes over.
I'm almost positive it's going to be Triple H.
Well, yes, but I mean, when you think about it, we've still got Linda, who really doesn't have anything. I heard that. We have Linda, who really isn't around much, but she's still got ties with the company. You've got Stephanie, Shane.
Yeah, but I don't. Linda specifically, I don't think is going to have anything to do, at least with the creative process whatsoever.
No, she'll just rack in the money and that's it.
Shane, in particular, I'm sure he wants to be in charge of it, but it's going to go Triple H to Stephanie. I would almost bet my life on it. Let's see. He felt that having him take the bump from Nia was a middle finger at him, which made him angry. That's about to the last part that I got.
He did say though that he didn't necessarily mind that one.
Yeah,
like he minded it to an extent, but at the same time he was happy because the whole women's revolution thing kind of kicking in at that point. And
well, the thing he said was like, if it had just happened under normal circumstances, like he was on a normal contract or whatever, then he would have taken it one way. But knowing that, they knew that he was on the way out, and then doing that to him is kind of a different thing.
Which again, that's what they seem to do with everybody. And as I mentioned, Ty Dillinger, the Revival.
Right.
One of the cool things, and I didn't notice this, and this is just a little trivia for you guys, is if you watch back to Double or Nothing, there's a backstage segment where Cody has a cup in his hand, and if you look carefully, it actually says #FTR.
Yeah, I saw a screen grab of that.
I laughed when I seen that, but at the same time, I wasn't surprised because of the whole Cody symbolized Triple H with the whole throne thing,
right,
during his entrance. So that really didn't, jabs at WWE like that really didn't surprise me because I knew it was going to happen either way. So,
true.
No, and I agree with Triple L.
Yeah,
Stephanie does not need to be in control.
I mean, she'll have her finger in the pie, but I think creatively, who's going to be steering the ship will be Triple H. He's got the best mind for it. If it goes to anybody else, you just fucked up your company yet again.
Oh, God, yeah.
God knows how many years.
Yeah. And I mean, you don't have as far as past talent, you don't have the guys with the knowledge like you used to. I mean, Dusty was one of the biggest influences in NXT for sure. And even on the main roster as, guys that have been there for 10, 20 years.
Right. Absolutely.
You don't have guys like that anymore. I mean, sure, you've got what's his name? Road Dogg, who's apparently back.
Yeah. Well, it's just Vince. is not in touch with what makes wrestling good. Like, and I don't understand how he's not. How can you have such a boom period, like Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression, go through that at the top, and fucking just slowly but surely nosedive your shit into what it is today. And it's still the same guy. Like, I don't see how you lose touch to that extent. It's just sad.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm confused over it.
It says Vince pays Brock billions so he can feel like he owns Brock. That was about whenever I stopped listening. But I feel like that isn't more true. Like, Vince just has so much money that he feels like, I can put you through so much bullshit, but if I put enough zeros on the end of this check, you're still going to fucking do it anyway. So don't complain about it. And, at a certain point, it got to with fucking Dean Ambrose that he was just like, no, money. He said he didn't even look at the offer.
No. And I honestly don't blame him. Going to what Caleb just said, he said, God, I really hope Triple H gains control. I think he really get what worked and what's working. And what would work again. And I agree with that. And to my perspective on that is the fact that, I mean, when you really think about Triple H's career, look at WCW. He was one of the biggest laughingstocks of WCW before it folded. And as soon as Vince grabbed him, he changed his character completely. He made him into the cerebral assassin, and look at him now. He's one of the biggest names in the company. And
to be fair, whenever Triple H first got there, he was a kind of a fucking corny gimmick, blue blood.
Yeah.
It was once he joined DX, that's whenever his shit really took off.
But even like the comparison between all those characters, you could see that he had potential right from the get-go.
Yeah. He's got a mind for wrestling, and Vince doesn't. He just does. He doesn't. No. I mean, I guess you could say he has a mind for business, but
but what's business without the people? You know what I mean?
Somebody who he should run the business part of it, not the creative. It should not come down to Vince on final decisions on creative. That's just the long and the short of it. Let's see. Go over a couple more things. Wants to prove that WWE's creative system sucks. I mean, I think we kind of already know that.
One that I will mention that we kind of didn't pan on, and if you want to pick another one out of the list after that, we can, is the fact that both Dean and Cody said that WWE is in great, even Chris Jericho said it, so there's three, said that WWE is in danger when it comes to the competition with AEW. And I agree with that.
I mean, all people want is a better product. And if you're actually putting that out on a global scale, I mean, there's a shitload of money being poured into AEW right now.
Oh, God,
so, I mean, it's a high-pressure situation for them as well to put on what people really do want because, wrestling fans are fucking nitpickers if anybody is. So if there's if there's any cracks, in the pavement, they're gonna get called on their shit, especially from, and I still like the WWE. There's a lot wrong with it, but I still like it. But there are some fucking WWE hardcore fanboys that want AEW to fail, and I don't understand that. I mean, I've seen some weird ass comments, honestly, on a lot of like AEW shit, and it's just like, why would you want anything bad to happen? This is another place for people to work. It's an alternative product. You know what I mean? It's actually it's going to be on the Turner networks.
Not only that, but
big deal.
They have a deal with New Japan where they're going to be getting some of their talent as well.
Yeah.
So, as big as WWE may be, and as popular as they are, AEW and Cody in particular said, all right, well, we're going to go a little higher than just a basic company coming out of nowhere. We're going to take one of the biggest, in my opinion, one of the biggest competitions that WWE has, and we're going to make a deal with them. So that way we can kind of slowly build to that level with the talent that they have.
I mean, it's good. Competition is good. I mean, I don't think, right out the gate. I mean, probably the debut will get much higher ratings than Raw that week, specifically.
Oh, yes.
I would say without a doubt. And I think that'll bruise Vince's ego a little bit.
It's already bruised. I mean,
and the thing is, ratings go down for almost anything that has a lot of hype after the first couple weeks. So, we'll see it level out, and we'll see like really what's going on. What's up, Matt Helms? You feel like the WWE Network ruined WWE? No, the WWE Network was a necessity for WWE, because if they were putting on the shit that they're putting on now, nobody would be paying $50 fucking for a pay-per-view. That's all I'm saying.
Not only that, but I mean, when you think about it, a lot of people, especially guys like myself, I have a box full of DVD collection that are all WWE and ECW. If I really wanted to, I could just go on the network and say, hey, I want to watch this. I don't have to pop a DVD in the DVD player or the PlayStation anymore. I can just go on the network and say, hey, I want to watch a Raw from, 1990.
Yeah.
For as an example. I know they're at that point, but
you're right.
But yeah, like it's such a good thing to have. Is all their programming perfect on the network? No, hell no. But when you go back and you watch the old stuff, I sat there one weekend actually, and I watched from it was January '99 SmackDown up until like August, and I just watched it completely from start to finish. Like,
yeah, it's good shit.
Mind you, I haven't gone back and finished watching it, but it is good shit, and that's when WWE was, like you said, in their prime.
Caleb makes a good point. There is a positive and a negative. They already have your $9.99 because honestly it's worth it. It's worth it for the backlog, and it's worth it for the pay-per-views because some are good, some are decent. Right. Takeovers are almost always fucking phenomenal. It's worth the price, but then they know that they're not trying to sell pay-per-views as real pay-per-views anymore, so they can be lazy. So that's absolutely a terrific point.
Well, I mean, somebody can go look, because I really don't want to, but go look at the sign-up rate of the WWE Network when it first started compared to now, and you're going to see a decline or a decrease in the numbers because of exactly what you said. The product, they just don't give a shit anymore, so they can do whatever they want.
Yeah, they are and have been resting on their laurels for a long time, and it fucking shows, and it sucks.
Yes. Oh, I agree with you. 110% agree with you.
All right, so just to finish up this topic, looks like Moxley says he didn't join AEW for money, and that anything he does from here isn't for money, but for fun and satisfaction. Amen, brother. Good job. It was awesome seeing him on AEW, and I only hope good things. Him and Kenny Omega should be able to tear the house down. So,
and I don't know what you guys think of this. I think the main factor for people signing to AEW is creative control.
Yeah.
If you look at Chris Jericho's entrance, for instance, WWE would have never done something that cool. That entrance was probably my favorite Chris Jericho entrance ever, because it showed his past. It showed what he did over the years, and they made it work, and they made it fit.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. It's not only the
and he did say that too, Paul.
Necessarily creative, complete control, but just being able to be creative and not having just fucking a script handed to you and say, learn your lines, bitch, and read them word for word.
Not like only that, but
robot.
You have the commentary team too. Back in the day, I mean, Vince was right there, but they could say almost whatever they want. Now they have everything fed into their ear, from hey, this is Monday Night Raw, to that was a nice body slam. Like, no, just screw off. Let them go back to what it was.
Caleb, honestly, I would take 2001 WCW over 2019 WWE Raw, without a doubt.
As bad as WCW, and I'll let you continue after this. As bad as WCW was in the end, it does not compare to anything the WWE has put out since.
True.
Especially in the last 10 years. Just my opinion.
What up, Future Shocker?
Oh, Future Shocker. Haven't seen that name in a while.
Yeah, when they were yelling and screaming, because they actually, they're not fucking robots, basically. All right, so let's go over some Raw results, and we'll say what we all thought about it. All right, so started with Brock Lesnar backstage with Paul Heyman, and because they're there to announce who they're going to cash in against, which never happens because, and here's why. Because fucking Brock Lesnar, who was hired with the company in 2002, Brock Lesnar, who has been back in the company since 2012, didn't understand how Money in the Bank briefcases worked. This dude, who has been around for fucking ever, didn't understand how Money in the Bank briefcases worked.
Okay. As much as I hate Brock Lesnar, and everybody knows how much I hate the guy, that part of the segment was hilarious when he figured out, oh my God, I have a year to cash this thing in. That to me was the best part of that segment. The rest of it was pure grade A bullshit.
It was funny.
Or grade F bullshit.
But it just does. I mean, that's just sad. You realize how stupid that makes Brock Lesnar look? Like, I mean, I understand he hasn't been in a Money in the Bank match, but you'd have to be walking around with fucking blinders on for the entirety of your career there to not realize that. That's fucking ridiculous. All right, so.
But yeah, no, that whole segment was just kind of stupid to me.
Agreed.
The whole dancing thing and the whole and I'm a DJ, so this is weird for me to say, but the whole bass speakers on the briefcase was just dumb.
It's just to sell that stupid fucking t-shirt.
Yeah, no, and that's all it was. And the Brock party, what?
Yeah, it looked absolutely terrible.
It did.
It looks like a shirt that I would wear if I was 7 years old.
Right?
That's what it looked like.
And we all know that Brock Lesnar is not catered to 7-year-olds.
Right. Maybe he does. He's Brock Party Brock. Okay. So Kofi was talking about what happened with Kevin Owens and everything. So Lesnar came out, was doing all that stupid shit. So eventually Dolph Ziggler comes out and he cuts a very similar promo to what he did on SmackDown, but it's good. For a program that's probably not going to go past Super Showdown, Dolph is, really bringing it with the promo skills, in my opinion.
Oh, definitely. I've always been a fan of Dolph, but I find since they've been kind of pushing him to stay, his promos are phenomenal now. I've yet to see a bad promo from him in the past 6 months.
Well, he's been gone for 3 or 4.
Well, right. But you know what I mean? In the past little while that he's stuck around, his promos have gotten great. And I've never seen, as weird as it is, even his time with Big E and AJ, his promos really weren't that good. But he has stepped up a lot. And I think he's going to go a fair ways with... I'm not going to say they're ever going to give him a world title again, because they probably won't. But...
Probably won't. He's top tier talent, though. Honestly.
Oh, he is.
He should be in AEW. But if I listed all the people that I thought would flourish in AEW, then their roster would be too big. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So that all happened. We find out that AJ Styles is too hurt to be in the Fatal 4-Way elimination. Immediately knew Baron Corbin was going to win that shit. The Usos are hosting a block party for some reason. I guess Memorial Day.
Didn't they do a block party segment or skit with them a couple years ago too?
Probably. I don't know.
I'm almost sure they did, and it was a SmackDown thing.
Yeah. Well, we've definitely seen stuff like that before, for sure.
Yeah, but I'm sure it was the Usos. Like, I'm sure they're just rehashing everything and just bringing up old promos again.
They love block parties. I'm gonna say. So Drake Maverick was looking for fucking R-Truth all night.
That was hilarious.
I mean, the shit with the 24/7 title is pretty fun, but it's like, who wants to put that much effort into fighting over something? Which, you know, not to jump ahead, but on SmackDown, this is how little Roman Reigns gives a shit about the 24/7 title. He speared fucking Elias, and then he let R-Truth cover him.
Yeah.
It's a jobber title. I mean, obviously it's a jobber title, but Jesus, it's lame.
Yeah, it is. But we raised this question. I don't know if everyone's seen it, so I'll recap it in the Discord last night or early this morning. Was who is eligible for that title? Like, can Bailey pin somebody like a male and take the title, and vice versa?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen any women chasing him around.
No, but the reason I'm bringing it up is because when you really look at it, R-Truth has the title right now. Who's always following R-Truth around?
Yeah, Carmella.
Wouldn't it be a funny twist if she pinned him?
I mean, I'd be amused by it. Or even if it was like an accident or something, like there happened to be a ref there and they like fell down and he just started counting, you know. That's the type of dumb shit that would go with that championship. So who knows?
Yeah. But the overall title itself is really retarded, I'll say.
It's just worthless. There's no prestige to winning that title. So.
Nope.
All right. Shane McMahon's segment. Talking shit on Roman Reigns' dad, Sika. Then fucking Lance Anoa'i, apparently Roman's cousin, comes out. Drew beats his ass. Then Shane finishes the job and gets a win. Who cares? I don't give a fuck about Shane McMahon. I'm sorry.
No.
He's
good. Like, he's good. Don't get me wrong. When he does his high spots, he's amazing. But he's not a wrestler.
Yeah, stop trying to be a wrestler. I get it, the best in the world thing, blah blah blah. I'm over it. I'm tired.
Yeah.
So, you know, hopefully, you know, not known for cheering on Roman Reigns, but I hope Roman just beats the piss out of him at Super Showdown.
Oh, he will. You know he will.
So yeah, then Brock comes out again, and that's whenever the stupid shit happens. But we already kind of went over that. So R-Truth comes out. It was on Raw whenever he was like dressed up as a woman, I guess.
Yeah.
Or really, it was just a wig. I mean,
well, he did it on SmackDown last week too, at the very end. But
yeah. So,
but yeah, he was continuing that segment.
So yeah, you really did good, R-Truth, if you thought that was going to disguise you as you're wearing the title.
Yeah, that was the best part of the whole thing. Like, he had the wig and everything, and all of a sudden he's just carrying the title around. It's like, what?
Let me see. Drake Maverick, all the jobbers come out basically. I didn't even see Luke Gallows. That poor guy. God,
I vaguely remember him coming out, but
I mean, it says here that he did. So Mojo Rawley.
I don't think he went in the ring though.
What about fucking Mojo Rawley? Because a couple of weeks ago he came out like different music, different attitude, acting a certain way, like something was going to happen with him, and I haven't seen him on TV since. Did I miss it or? I didn't see it.
Yeah, I didn't see anything. Not to my knowledge, unless I walked away and missed it. But
which you probably could have, because the match that he did have with the new attitude or whatever was like 2 minutes, and he beat some true jobber. Let's see, Becky Lynch and Nikki Cross versus the Iconics. Cool. I guess.
I mean,
I
the Iconics are the Iconics.
Now here was a really good match: Ricochet versus Cesaro.
Yes,
that was probably the best match on
Ricochet. In my opinion, Ricochet can put on a match no matter who it's with.
Well, yeah, I mean Cesaro's a fucking great.
Well, yes, but Cesaro's good too. But I just find no matter who Ricochet is in the ring with, he can put on a clinic in that match.
Yeah, like, especially given enough time, and those two were really good on.
Especially the high fly spots. Like, I'm pretty sure didn't he do like a suicide dive outside that looked really cool?
Yeah, and I mean, pretty much everything he does looks really cool.
Well, yeah, but it takes some skill to make a suicide dive look different from a normal suicide dive.
That is true.
Although I will say, Sami Zayn going through the ropes does an amazing job at that.
Cesaro's still your favorite to this day. Dude has to win a world title. He deserves to, honestly. I mean,
he's been
here a while now. He's put in work. He's done everything that they give him. He makes it work.
But, and I don't know, everybody should have noticed. What's with the change of music?
I'm not a fan of that. The music was good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that the song was bad, but I like Cesaro with the, I like the actual music.
A lot of people on the wrestling Facebook pages were saying that it reminded them of a WWE Create a Character theme song, which that made me laugh. Because I do agree,
Whenever the Shield first broke up and I heard fucking Seth's music, I thought it sounded like Create a Character. Dean's especially, where it's like very generic, but then I guess you just get used to it. But
I did like when they had that like siren sound in Dean's there for a little while.
Oh yeah, whenever he was coming out with the fucking mask and shit.
Yeah, that was cool. I like that theme. That kind of gave it a little more pop, but
yeah, I agree. All right, so then we had the Fatal 4-Way. I was barely paying attention during this, to be honest with you, but I knew Baron Corbin was going to win because I watched Baron Corbin live stream sometimes, and he said on like house shows he had been main eventing against Seth. So out of those four people, I figured it'd be Baron Corbin.
Yeah, I had no, like you, I kind of just wasn't paying attention to that one because I knew who was going to win anyway. So I mean, there was a couple nice spots, but it was an overall, Baron Corbin's going to win this.
And nobody bores me more than Bobby Lashley. I'm fucking sorry.
Uh-huh.
That dude has zero charisma. And I wanted to give him a chance. I really did. But it's just, no. I'm sorry, Bobby. You weren't good back then. I don't know how you were in Impact, but you're not good now.
He was mediocre at best.
And now that Leo Rush was an asshole and basically got himself shit canned, now you're back to really having nothing entertaining about you. At least Leo Rush, I wanted to hate him. All right. So, wait. Oh shit! I might have skipped over some shit.
Don't even hate on Nickelback, Ernie. I will. I was gonna say I'll take your mod privileges, but I can't do that.
This is how you're lucky. Okay, Seth Rollins versus Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn fucking has been killing it since he got back. I mean, not winning matches, but in promos and in the matches themselves. So I really like this. Terrific. End of Raw, in my opinion.
The whole thing was good. And like you said, since he's been back, his promos are great. Like I've been watching him since the El Generico days, and I've never heard a promo like he's been pulling the last couple of weeks.
They're so good because it feels like he really believes what he's saying. You know what I mean? It doesn't feel like reading off a script. Right,
and that's what makes it good. And the fact that let's go with the elephant in the room on this one. The fact that they name dropped AEW was fantastic.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't think that they would.
I didn't think they would either. And I'm seeing so many different things about it, like, oh, it wasn't scripted. Oh, it was scripted. It was definitely scripted. You could tell, because why would they come out with questions like they were instead of the real questions like, hey, are you going to leave the company for AEW?
Yeah, right.
That would have been a question I personally would have asked.
Well, I mean,
just to get on TV.
The questions were all plants anyway, so that's why they were so horrible.
Exactly. But it made it that much more interesting. I didn't agree with the whole electric chair thing though. Why the electric chair?
Yeah. I don't know, man. That was weird. Now that you bring that up, it's like, what the fuck?
I can see like a lie detector chair.
Yeah.
With like a psychiatrist in the ring or something.
You gonna sit in the electric chair and fucking just get electrocuted or what?
But there was no point because he didn't get electrocuted.
Never got the Bobby Lashley thing. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's worse because not only is he probably boring if you gave him something good, but they can't come up with anything good to give him anyway. So then he's just that much worse. It's like he's like a fucking charisma. I don't know.
Now, one thing I will say I would like to see when it comes to Bobby Lashley, and if it ever happens, is if Lio Rush comes back, make it so like he went away somewhere for, went to like Cancun, or something stupid, and then come back and try to be his manager again, and Bobby Lashley just throw him around. That to me would be fantastic. I would love it, and that's probably the only time I would like Bobby Lashley.
I'm surprised they didn't book him just to get his ass completely beat by Bobby Lashley before they fucking took him off TV.
I think that's where they were going with it, but Vince, when you screw us over, we take you off TV.
Right. All right, so moving on to SmackDown. So Kevin Owens said an interesting thing was that he didn't have anything to do with the Big E attack. Now, do we think that that's true, or do we think that he's just Kevin Owens and he's a liar?
Ernie Frigoff.
Got him.
Got him. But yeah, I personally think he did have something to do with it.
I hope he did, because if Big E was lying to Kofi, then that's bad.
The only other thing is putting them two together somehow and going against Kofi and Xavier when he comes back, which would break up the Shield like they want to do.
Just simply put him in an electric chair, and he'll be forced to tell the truth.
Yeah, right?
All right, so anyway, this led to a match with Kevin Owens, Kofi Kingston. Good. It was just really good. I mean, they had another fucking really good match. Kofi has been on fire since he's been champion and having really good matches with all the top talent. Owens is always good. I really like Kevin Owens in the ring. So, yep, they pulled off another good one there, and Kofi won. Why is Kevin Owens trying to take off Kofi's shoes? What the fuck is up with that? He tried it again.
I noticed that, and I'm trying to figure out why, but at the same time, I really just don't care. I mean, it was funny the first time, but
what's your reasoning, Kevin? That's all I want to know.
Yeah, it's reminiscent of Eddie Guerrero and Kurt Angle all over again.
Well, at least that made sense. You know what
I mean? It did, because he had a roll up, but it was pointless in the end for him to win that way. But yeah, I do get what you mean.
All right. So then we get some shit with R-Truth still running around. KO has a foot fetish, according to Paul. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
I mean, maybe he does.
It's explained now. Got it. All right.
You know, them French people have weird fetishes, and I could say that because I'm French. I don't have weird fetish like that, though. Not feet. Ugh.
Ryan?
No, I really don't. Feet are just not my thing. Ugh.
All right. Daniel Bryan and Rowan come out, cut what I think is a really good promo. Fucking Daniel Bryan is a good promo, dude. That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, not only is his gimmick right now about being the Planet's champion, but he probably really enjoys saying this shit because he's like, if I'm doing all this shit to save the planet, why aren't you?
I mean, post NXT days, have you really seen a bad promo from Daniel Bryan?
Not that I can really think of. I mean, he was a bit blander at the very beginning.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everybody is.
But since his character's developed over the years, yeah, he's a fucking fire promo.
Yeah.
And he's really a good heel.
Oh yeah.
He's just jealous because Kofi has better shoes than him. Yes.
Yes.
That's why Kevin is trying to steal those kicks. All right. So, and then it looks like Heavy Machinery, they came out and they won the title shot. Daniel Bryan said, "Yep, we'll give it to you, just not in this cesspool where were they? Fucking Oklahoma or something? I don't know."
Yeah.
Yes, it was Oklahoma.
That to me, I don't know. I can't get behind Heavy Machinery.
Oh yeah?
I don't know why. I watched them in NXT and I wasn't a big fan of them there either. I just don't find them. They're good, don't get me wrong, but I just don't find them that entertaining yet.
I feel you. I did like, what's their names? Is it like Otis and what the fuck names? I don't know, but the fatter one, he was jiggling and that was entertaining to me.
Yes, I am, Ernie.
Let's see. So yeah, now they're at some undetermined point, they'll get a title shot. Could be pretty entertaining. Brian especially always puts on good matches, so
yeah, and that's what one of the big things if it turns out to be a match, Daniel Bryan will definitely do whatever he can to step it up.
True.
So,
let's see. Sonya Deville, Mandy Rose, giving out issues of Hers magazine, which I never heard of, but
that was the dumbest thing ever.
Like, whatever.
Like, why? Going back to what we were saying earlier, who in the creative team thought that was a bright idea?
I don't know. It was like there's better ways to announce that she's on the cover of this, but it is.
Why didn't they just do a reveal like they do every other diva?
Right.
Like,
I guess she's just not important enough.
No, she's definitely hot enough, though. Just saying.
Well, I can't disagree with that. All right. So then Mandy Rose fought Carmella. I don't really like Mandy Rose in the ring personally. She just doesn't do it for me.
She is very mediocre.
Yeah. And so Carmella gets distracted. Mandy Rose wins. She's on the cover of a magazine. Good.
That's pretty much how that went.
I really just want Sonya Deville to admit that she is in love with Mandy Rose, and we can have a beautiful lesbian relationship on SmackDown.
Do you really think they're going to go that far?
I mean, if they want to be inclusive, let's have an LGBT couple.
Okay, fair. Fair.
Have them make out weekly on
now we're dreaming.
Have show them in the bedroom. I mean, she went to what's his Jey Uso's hotel room, or was it Jimmy? I forget which one's married to me.
No, it was Jay. Pretty sure.
Yeah. Anyway,
I think like you, I don't remember, but
Mandy Rose only wishes she was on the cover. No, I think she actually was. All right, so
Angel will explode. Great comment.
You just see him expanding until. All right, so Jinder Mahal almost wins the title off of R-Truth 24/7 Championship. Why is Truth going to both shows? This is just adding to the chance of you getting attacked, you dumb shit. Fights Jinder off. Everyone starts chasing him again. This is what we're going to see every week with the jobbers.
Yep.
I did notice that Matt Hardy was wearing like an old school V1 shirt from like 2003 last night, which I liked.
That's cool. I never noticed that.
That was my favorite. That's not my favorite version of Matt Hardy, but that's when I really started to get into Matt Hardy.
Yeah, I can agree. I mean, especially when he come out with Shannon Moore.
Right.
That was cool.
Yeah, his little MFer.
Yeah, I agree. Ernie, you're really ruining Nickelback for me. Like,
yes,
goddamn.
April, right. Didn't she mention that there was going to be some storylines like that? And then everyone thought that they were making Finn Balor gay because he was wearing like those rainbow colors and everything.
Yeah. And the funny part about that, and I'm sure I mentioned this in the last live episode we did, was Vince wasn't even for that idea. It was actually Finn Balor who had to convince Vince to let him wear the shirt out on stage. I'm like, what?
Well, you got you got to do something.
Well, yeah.
I mean, his honestly, like his merch hadn't really changed for quite some time. So get something new out there. Okay. Then the fucking Shane McMahon appreciation circle jerk. So
as I say, suck a D in chat, you say circle jerk. that was good timing.
Yeah. Let's see. She mentions. I mean, he just talks more shit on Roman. It's really not interesting to me. So then, R-Truth comes out there, pins Drake Maverick, and then immediately just gets beaten by all three of them. Shane McMahon, Drew McIntyre, and Elias, who are out there for Shane McMahon appreciation, and then Elias becomes 24/7 champion.
Now, if anybody knows the answer to this, they can field it in the comments. Why bring out a superstar on Raw in Lance and Hawaii and not bringing anybody out on SmackDown?
Well, this was just appreciation night.
Well, I know, but it would have made so much more sense to bring him out on SmackDown than it would have Raw.
I don't know. I mean, you just said it. It would have made more sense.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah. So that's how that segment ended.
I agree with Triple L on that one. I actually do like Elias myself.
Elias,
and do I think he should have got a jobber title? No, but he does deserve one.
Yeah. Well, he didn't have it for long anyway.
Yeah.
Let's see. And then Shane announced the main event: Elias and McIntyre versus Truth and Reigns. Whoop-dee-doo. Poor R-Truth. All right. Are we? Is anybody lagging?
I don't know.
Who knows? All right. All right. So then we have Bayley versus Lacey Evans.
She could be getting lagged. Well, no, because she'd be getting host connection. So I don't know.
I really have no idea.
Anyway, you were saying?
Yeah, Bayley versus Lacey Evans. Lacey is just like a stupid fucking gimmick to me. I'm sorry, like, ooh, I'm a lady. So what? What's that mean? Okay, good. Thanks, guys.
Is there a counterpart to, like, Attitude Era wise to the Lacey Evans character?
Southern Belle. Who would have that been? Let's see. I don't know. Oh, was this the first title that Elias ever won?
Yes.
That hurts.
Yep.
Oof, that hurts.
That was his very first main roster title.
Damn. Oof. But yeah, I mean, this was a solid women's match. Bayley got tricked, or I mean, no, it was who got beats us Evans. Flair gets in the ring but stops, and then Evans rolling Bayley up. Yeah, okay. So Bayley was distracted but kicked out, and then fucking Lacey Evans lost. And then, happily for me, I like seeing this. Fucking Charlotte and Lacey Evans got in a fight. So good. Because
I'm okay with it.
Fuck them both. I'd rather have them fight each other than my sweet, sweet Bayley.
We all know what you think about Bayley.
Let's see. Undertaker is announced for Raw.
Stupidest thing ever. And I'll tell you why. And a lot of people seem to agree on Facebook threads is why not make that a surprise? If you want your ratings to go up, surprise people. Because then people will be online talking about it. They'll be like, holy shit, Undertaker's on TV. You got to tune in. Now we're just going to be like, oh, Undertaker's coming to the ring. Let's wait 10 minutes, and then we'll hear rest in peace, and then he'll walk away.
Not only that, what you said about like social media, just, everybody would kind of be going crazy, but also it gives the viewer the feeling of, wow, I need to watch every week because who knows what could happen.
Yeah.
There's nothing fucking exciting like that really going on right now. I mean, once in a great while, but
I agree with you, Paul, by the way.
And knowing that he's only going to, I mean, it's not like it's some big return and he's going to come back forever. He's going to be there Monday, he's going to be there Friday, and he's going to be gone again. So,
yeah, which that's another thing. Why are they doing another fucking Saudi? I realize it's for the money, don't get me wrong, but
they have a 10-year deal with them, dude. There's going to be a lot
more. I know. Don't remind me. I am very disappointed. Trust me. Because it's just to bring back guys that are going to do a one-off, and that's it.
Yeah. Because it's lame.
Well, yeah, no, it is. Like, honest to God, are we going to see Bill Goldberg after this? Probably not.
No, definitely not. Like,
are we going to see Taker after this? Maybe.
I mean, I guess it's a money match if fucking 1998.
Yeah. Well, that's just like fucking Paul said. Taker and Goldberg, 20 years too late.
They're fuck, guys.
That's like the Triple H. That's like the Triple H Randy Orton match that they got scheduled. Okay,
I mean,
you're like 10 years too late.
But they weren't late because they fought 10 years ago a fucking bunch of times. So it's
I know, but
we're starting this feud again for no fucking reason, no organic reason.
Yeah.
But we're gonna make sure to play all the times that they feuded over the years and make it seem like this makes sense. But
it doesn't.
All right. So main events: Roman Reigns and R-Truth versus Drew McIntyre and Elias. Good, solid match. Normal tag team action. Truth was hurt. He was in there for a long time. Finally, fucking gets the hot tag. Reigns wins. But the icing on the cake for this was Shane and Drew McIntyre left Elias in the ring alone. So once he got up, Roman Reigns speared him, pulls R-Truth on top. Bada boom. R-Truth is your 24/7 champion, two-time champion.
And the only two-time champ at that belt.
Absolutely. Nobody can say that. Nobody else.
Nope. Which probably is the best thing about that title.
And that was the end of SmackDown. So, yeah.
We can quickly recap 205 if you want.
I didn't watch it.
Okay. I didn't either, but
yeah, I mean, if we both didn't, probably shouldn't. But
yeah,
you said that you were gonna have like a match of the week or something. That recommend.
I did say that I was gonna recommend a match. So if you guys are on Facebook, and if you're not, I will post it somehow in the Discord. But UCW, it's a company from around here. They just did a match about 2 weeks ago, and it's a tag team called Sabotage, and phenomenal guys. I'm actually wearing the shirt right now, so there's a cheap plug. I'll post this on Facebook for them. They had a match with a tag team that for titles, and one of the guys from Sabotage ended up getting taken out a couple days before, and he was injured, so they replaced him with somebody, and they had a phenomenal hardcore match. So if you go to That's a good question, and I'll let you feel that one in a second. So go to Facebook, go to UCW Pro Wrestling, and if you scroll down, I think it's like May 22nd they posted it. It's a tag team match with Sabotage. Go check that out. Awesome hardcore match. They went through 2 thick, and I mean thick, doors. Like, there was no faking it whatsoever. It looked like it hurt bad. And one of them was, they had tacks on it and stuff. You guys can go watch that, but it was a great match, and I do recommend you guys go watch it. So
right on, brother. All right, so Ernie says, is this a weekly thing? I already kind of replied, but If you guys like it, and if you want a weekly thing, so we can all come together kind of like we used to and just talk about what's going on, then I'll do it. I don't, it's all good, man. We'll at least try next week and
yeah,
see what's up. Hope so.
Like you were saying at the beginning of the show, if you guys want him to keep the name, I mean, I really don't have an issue with keeping the name to Raw as EBar. I have no problem with it. But if you guys have suggestions, I mean, throw them in the Discord.
All right, yeah, take it easy, Caleb. So we're about to wrap it up. Is there anything that
Paul throwing shade?
Is there anything you want to plug or anything like that?
I really haven't been. Well, I've been vocal on Twitter, so 902 Real Deal X on Twitter. You can catch me on Facebook. Just if you have my personal profile, you can just catch me on there. And other than that, I haven't really been doing Twitch the last little while, so I won't plug that. Or you can catch me in the Discord.
Cool. I'm on Twitter at EBar Says. Click subscribe if you haven't. I'm pretty sure all you have. So appreciate you. Until next time, bye-bye.